there I was last Wednesday, getting ready to finally check out OpenClaw to see what all the hype was about. I mean, it's everywhere. Even NVIDIA came out with their own secure version. So I'm on the final step, which is actually the OpenClaw hatch. And then I saw a notification from Claude desktop app offering to sync with my phone. I was like, what? Wait a second. And I started looking into it. And then I saw that two features just dropped, and that is dispatch and channel. And I just thought, huh, you know what? This kind of invalidates the whole project for me with OpenClaw. Because I wanted OpenClaw to be like this kind of like virtual, staff or army that is persistent, and it can, go out there and just kind of have a heartbeat and just keep projects, moving along and be really autonomous at the end of the day. But after digging into this and seeing that dispatch can, sync with my phone, and I can just open the app and go back and forth and say, hey, can you go do something on my, local desktop? And, I'm not even there. I could be at my kid's soccer game. And then channels for more developer friendly folks. What that means is you could basically use something like Discord, for example, or in my case, I use Telegram. I have that actually open down in the bottom right hand corner here. And what that does is, that's kind of similar as Dispatch, except with this, I can actually just use this to interface with my Claude uh, code anywhere. So it's not like just Claude, the desktop app, like in Dispatch, but it's like Claude code. So in my specific case, I'm actually running Claude code 24/7 on a Raspberry Pi 5, and it's dedicated for that now at this point, and it has Telegram hooked to it. So when I communicate through Telegram with my bot, then it goes immediately to Claude, and I have it set up uh, to a tmux. That way, I can simply just go back into that session whenever I want, in case I just wanted to see, the full verbose that is going on with Claude versus what I'm just kind of receiving as far as feedback from Telegram itself. Uh, for instance, let me do a little demo here. I'll just kind of show off this what it looks like here. So on the bottom right hand corner, we have the bot here, right? And I'm just going to say, what is the value of NVIDIA stock today? Okay, and then you'll see up in the upper right hand corner quadrant, it's already talking to the Raspberry Pi 5. You'll see up here Pi 4, right? And it's communicating. And when Claude actually gets done with this research, it's going to go ahead and communicate back using that plugin to Telegram with the answer. And then there you go. There's the market cap, there's the price, and then it's echoed down here as well. I can also pull that up on my phone with the same Telegram chat. So it's bi-directional, pretty cool there. You can also do this with Discord. There's also like a fake or kind of test channel that you can do. Now, you're probably kind of wondering, well, how do I do this? Well, I actually wrote a blog post here on the left. I'll just kind of scroll through just to kind of show you real quick here. We already just covered some of this in the video, but what we get down here are some steps after we explain what I just did as far as the channels and the dispatch. I also do mention a little gotcha here that I want to just kind of double click on too in this video, folks, is if you're on a Mac, of course, and you have Brew for your application installer, uh, like myself here, official directions say, just grab this one liner and, we'll just run the shell script and you'll be good to go. With another, let's say prerequisite, it's called bun, but that didn't work for me. And it's because the system didn't know where that that file or that binary was. So I had to grab the basically the same package, but from Brew, and then that lined up the dots with my system, so that way it knew where all the dependencies were. So I'm going to hop down here, and this kind of shows you, the different steps here between the two. But more specifically with Telegram, what we do to kick it off is we go inside Claude here, right? And we install that plugin. So we just grab this guy right there, right? And we put this in here. I've already done it, so I'm not going to, hit enter there. But that's what you do. And then you can either restart your Claude session or say reload plugins. Okay. And then you also do a subsequent configure afterwards with Telegram, uh, because you need to put your bot token right there. And you're probably wondering, oh, wait, bot token. So what you do there is on the Telegram side, if you're new to Telegram like I was, you might be wondering, okay, so where do I go on Telegram, fresh right after you create your account, because everything looks blank. Well, on the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see different icons. It kind of wants to put you over to like the settings or the chat by default. But actually, if you go here to contacts on your bottom left-hand corner, you go up here and you search for that bot father. That's how you get things rolling here. So you click open, bot father comes up here. I already have a bot, but if I didn't, that would be blank, of course. And I would say create new bot. Then the bot father is going to cough up the goods. He's going to give me that code. And then I'm going to go in here and complete this command. And once I got that, I just simply put this in here like this, right? And then put a space and put that token. Okay, so I did that a little out of order. Sorry about that, but it should make sense when you're actually hands-on keyboard. But yeah, once you get that going, you're going to be in good shape here. You'll want to do a relaunch right here, and this is going to get the two talking, and this will send a signal from Claude to Telegram for like a final confirmation. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get basically your bot's going to show up, right? But you're going to get an opportunity to basically talk to your bot, and it doesn't matter like what you say to the bot. It's going to basically respond with like this 6-digit character code right here, and then it even gives you the command verbatim. You copy and paste this, right, and you drop this in right up here to Claude Code to finish that up. And then now the handshake is done both sides, and you're good to go, just like me in this demo where you're kind of going back and forth bi-directional. And yeah, that's it right there. And so you're probably wondering, how does it compare, right, to OpenClaw? Very similar. I would say that OpenClaw is probably more flexible, and a lot of that is because the security construct is a lot different. It's more I would say it's less restrictive over the system that you have it installed on, and that it could be on anything really, Raspberry Pi, your workstation, an old laptop, however you want to do that. But there's a lot of security concerns of late, a lot of CVE vulnerabilities. So it's struggling as far as if people just kind of click and go, versus trying to find a safe way to kind of put some guardrails in place there. But one of the advantages, specifically on the Claude side, besides convenience, that I decided to go this route is Claude is different, where since it's a SaaS, you're kind of doing a hybrid operation where you are just making a call out HTTPS over 443, right? So secure connection out, and they're not, when I say they, Anthropic is not sending a signal back. You don't have to open up your firewall at home for Anthropic to communicate for you. It's your system just constantly checking in, out, out, right? So that's a big difference. And they're a commercial company. They have a reputation on the line. They have a team of experts constantly churning and working on security to keep it bolted down there. Obviously, you have to pay them, at least $20 a month to be able to do this, because it does require a pro or a max plan. So currently, as of recording this video, it should be $20 or $100 respectively. I personally have the max plan. I was on the pro plan for a while, and then with the rate limits and everything, I found myself constantly hitting that ceiling. So since I've been on max, it's actually been really, really helpful. I haven't hit any bottlenecks with that. So very happy with that. Super excited about this, because now I'm going to get that kind of same experience. My expectations are. However, this is a lot more secure, and there's more control. And, and I know you can use, Claude, for example, in conjunction with OpenClaw, but this is kind of nice because it's actually just less to set up, right? And you kind of get going, and you can just kind of make it more actionable and start kind of configuring your agents and your army of experts. So I have a link in the description if you want to try this out. It's an affiliate link with Claude. I just get a small cut. Just want to disclaim that right there, or disclose that. Really appreciate that. If you would at least try it that way versus just going on their site and trying it. Creators, kind of pay it forward. Also, I have links to Claude, to the docs. It goes a little deeper in detail with what we've discussed here on the video and on the blog post. And if you have any questions, feel free to actually drop some comments. And, I haven't really made a lot of these videos, so I know I have a lot of rough edges, but if you have any feedback or just kind of questions about this, happy to jump in there. And I got a link to the blog, and that way you can kind of follow more in detail there as well. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe. Happy coding.